Chad Ikes, Courage Barbell. Back at you with some more information. So let's get down to the nitty gritty crappy shit I got to talk about first. CourageBarbell.com, CourageAthletics.com, online stores up. If you want to support the channel, if you want to support everything I got going on here, please go get yourself some Courage Barbell merch. As I've said before, still working on getting stuff up. I don't know if I'll have it up by the time I post this video, but lots of cool stuff coming. Please like the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys putting down comments, and I try to get back to everybody and answer as many as I can. And I know there's guys that ask for certain videos, which I'm really trying to find time to work and get up. But my brain's got so many different damn ideas. It's crazy. Today, I'm shooting a couple videos in the house because I want you guys to understand it's not all about the gym. We're in the gym a very small portion of the time we should be training. And if you're forcing down food, if you're getting in a nap, if you're getting quality sleep, anything you do to get stronger, to reach your goals, and I don't care what your goal is, if it's a weight loss goal, if you're specifically doing something to help lose weight, that is training. We will be doing more outside the gym than we do inside the gym. So that's very important. Now, today what I want to talk about is something I continue to see happening. I'll have people come to me to do private seminars or strictly work on technique or just do a few training sessions here and there. And I'll do seminars with Elite FTS or other people and all over the place. And, you know, one of the big things I always hit is technique. Technique is so huge. Technique is the base that's going to allow you to reach the level that you want to reach. If you don't have the technique, you're not going to be able to understand your weak points. You're not going to know what your weak points are. You're not going to be able to keep progressing as you should. But what happens is these people kind of get it at the seminars. They kind of get it when they're training with me because they have one guy going over them. But then when I watch their social media posts, they'll kind of work on it warming up. They'll kind of work on it as they're increasing weight. And then they'll go up so heavy, they'll do a shit ton of really crappy technique lifts. And if you do that, you know, if you go in and train and half of your shit's good as you're working up, as soon as you get heavy, you let it go to shit again, you're just reinforcing that bad habit. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to keep lifting shitty when you get heavy. My last video, I talked about burning it all down and rebuilding it. This is kind of one of those instances. You might have to not go super heavy for a while. Maybe what you want to do is go, hey, I'm going to work on my squats. When my technique starts to fail, I'm done with heavy squats, but I'm going to pick up a bunch of heavy weight. Just pick it up and walk it out and see if I can get in a good starting position. Just to feel it, just to keep the central nervous system used to feeling that kind of weight. You know, I know there's a lot of lifters, there's some really good lifters that I really look up to that feel like you should never miss a lift. And I totally understand where they're coming from. Not sure I totally agree with it because I think there is a point where you do need to miss lifts. I think it's okay to miss lifts in the gym if you're advanced enough a lifter. And the whole reason for that is I'm trying to stress the central nervous system. I'm trying to go as heavy as possible. And I'm trying to get people mentally tough. So that when they do go to a meet and they do miss a lift, they're like, whatever. Like, yeah, I've missed that in the gym and it was a technique issue and we fix it and I come back and get it right after that. So what? I've seen people get crushed because they miss a lift simply because of a technique issue. So for me, there are times when you want to do that. But we're talking about missing one lift because of a technique thing. We're not talking about, hey, your technique falls apart at 315, and then you do 365, 405, and 455, which all look like shit. That's not reinforcing the good technique. Sometimes you have to step back. As I've told this story many times, when I first went to my first Elite FTS seminar with Dave Tate, he ripped my shit apart. It was horrible. I went back to the gym. My posterior chain was so weak, I couldn't do it right with 135. Many of my first training sessions after that seminar were light as hell. And it'd be like, okay, hey, I'm going to go hack squat for a while to get some work in, but I'm not going to keep going up if I can't do it right. And then I progressively went up and went up and went up. And it took me 6 months to PR what I had squatted before. And that was a long, slow journey of gradually increasing weight and going, hey, okay, we hit this. Hey, I got up to 405 today, but my technique really started to fail right there, so we're done. I don't want to keep reinforcing bad technique. And sometimes I would even drop back down to do 1 or 2 reps correctly, so at least I ended on a correct technical rep. I know people are afraid to lose strength. I get it. I get that. Trust me, I get that. Sometimes you got to take those steps back to move forward. You got that strong once, you can get that strong again, but you got that strong kind of by accident. If you do it right, you're going to get stronger, but you have to take that step back. I've seen guys learn proper technique, and for 3 to 4 years, they still go heavy like shit. So all the technique that they worked, all the time they put in, it didn't do a damn thing because they kept trying to go too heavy all the time and not looking at their technique. They kept reinforcing horrible habits. And if one of the bad habits that you have is because of a muscle weakness, like you can't keep your knees out very good because your glutes suck. And you continue to let your knees fall in every time you go heavy and you're never really stressing your glutes and working your glutes, then you're never going to fix the problem. You've got to learn to hold that technique and then go, hey, why can't I hold this technique? Okay, we need to work these muscles. But first, you have to have the technique down. All right, guys, that's just a little tidbit. Don't be afraid to take a step back. Like, strength comes in waves, and it takes years and years and years and years to gain. You stop being a meathead. I got to go heavy in the gym. I got to go heavy in the gym. I got to go heavy in the gym. Start using your brain, because your brain controls your body. If you want your body to be strong, your mind must be strong. And that needs to be trained just as much, if not more, than the muscles. Use your head, be aware, give a fuck. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Please like the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please buy some merchandise. And I'll see you guys later. I'm out.